All right, here on Pound Aussie on the 1 hour, jump right into it. We have this really big range, 4 hour daily. You can see it all. We have this break above, nice break above, lots of volume in this range, high volume on this push, pullback, high volume on this push, then end up breaking. We do have high volume at the top, which is a concern. And then we have this pullback to this area. I was looking at these, lots of people selling in here. These were the last people who sold and got trapped on the hourly. So we have this nice pullback to here. Pound also just had some interest rate news a little while ago, not today, but last week, interest rate news. So good for the pound, and the Aussie should be fairly weak. Commodity type pair, I believe. I have that right. And so looking for buys already. And then with this and this, it just confirmed it. So the way I was looking at this is this was kind of the, I guess, bounce trade, primary trade. I was looking at it, and primary or bounce can't go too far. Some levels to watch out for. This would be the kind of guy who started it, this little mini. Kind of subdivided, but I saw this as, okay, the primary tried and got this far, couldn't go further, so here we come back for our kind of secondary in this area, and we need to not go past this guy. So I was watching it pull back, and this didn't make a whole lot of sense in here. This big strong push up, this rejection, high volume on this, not as high on the rejection. So I was and then I saw this as it pulled back and tried to go again, and then totally rejected. But I looked at this as just kind of a slow pullback for the secondary. So I'm technically trying to attempt a secondary before the on phase. So the hopes of this were to grab this guy on the push up, and then exit, and then that would be an on phase kind of once we technically killed and stayed above this guy, and then go for another buy later on if that played out. So that was the idea. And this is just a quick look at the 4 hour. We have this big consolidation, this break, and this pullback. This kind of looked like the primary, and the secondary on the 4 hour is coming in pretty hot. So that's something to think about. Hourly. So on the hourly, I was looking at this, not too concerned with this, not seeing any big areas that would, there's no huge volume pushing this down or pushing this down. There's volume down here at the bottom. And so in this overall downtrend that's coming in, who's buying or who's selling down here at the bottom is a question. It tried to go up, pull back, and then I attempted down here. So on my precision time frame, so on the precision, it looks very messy, and I think one thing I'm doing wrong is I'm getting into the overall read on my precision, and the precision I need to just keep more or less for just entries, not necessarily the read, but I did read it, and so how I read it was this long range primary finally went to its point, its max point. Kind of a S&R-ish area, and then here we're coming in for the secondary. So if these are the buyers, we pull back, we buy, pull back, buy. You would almost assume that these guys got trapped, but we still haven't taken him out. So this is his last attempt. Buyers, pull back. These guys should have bought, and then he gets taken out. So I was looking at this as my little trap on my precision time frame. Like I said, I think I'm reading too much into the details on my precision, but this looked like the last trap on my precision, and then I was seeing this coming back still into my larger trap zone, still in line with the primary. I saw this as my last push, not much volume down here, and then I knew market was coming to open around this area, and I saw this last attempt for these sellers. They just weren't going anywhere. Like, the sellers couldn't do anything. They couldn't go any lower. And then when I saw this candle coming back, these rejections, this candle coming in, I got in on the buys. My original plan was to here. Then as I looked, I was like, well, there's nothing. This is my first caution. Sorry, wrote that. That was kind of a caution on the higher time frame. You can kind of see this S&R level that formed from here. There's people buying, and they got trapped. So ultimately, I think, that these guys buying, and then they got trapped, that caused that area as a release area. I believe that is one of the problems. So this whole area was kind of a trap area for my buyers, my overall buyers, this whole zone, not really just this little piece. And I think that's what turned it around. And I was initially thinking that this wouldn't bother me because there's nobody trapped up here. So I was kind of targeting here at one point. So I did not take any profit, and it eventually, when it broke through, it just crashed down. I did, at this point, once we got through this, what I thought was a little mini trap, I moved my stops to break even, because it shouldn't have come down lower than this, and then it just crashed down and stopped me out at break even. And it looks like it's going for lowers now. So I think, and I had volume supporting me all the way up to, this one candle right here had super high volume, so I said it more than likely won't get through that, even if it pulls back fast. And then it pulled back here, and I was gonna close it because we were pretty much taking them out, but I was just gonna see what it would do, and then it came down full speed and got me on the next candle. So it wasn't a loss, so that's good. It wasn't a win, but no loss, so that's a plus. So I think things to work on. I'm still not the best at the primary, secondary. The on phases are a little bit better for me, so I'm gonna really look for those on phases more. Try to not read too much detail on my precision. Just use it for entries. So one other thing is I saw that it broke this range, and this had gone into this range too. That's what gave me even more confidence to hold and hopes for exits higher, because even this didn't seem too logical to get out. It was more like way up here, but that was a home run, so I just need to remember level to level. But that is my trade, and all right, let's keep on going. Learn from this, do better on the next one.